What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and welcome to the very first episode of my Black Ops 2 Jumps and Spots series. I know you guys have been anxiously awaiting this thing, and boy do I have a lot of great stuff to show you guys on the map, so that's what we're going to be doing today. So we're starting off with the very first map in Black Ops 2, it's Aftermath, and let's get straight into it. So, first of all, for capture spots for A domination, there's really nothing too fancy. My favorite spot, if I'm trying to take it from the enemies, is to just capture it from right here. It's because it blocks you from the very middle of the map. When people run through the middle, they can't come up here and head glitch and kill you. They have to kind of peek around, as well as it blocks you from the bathroom head glitch that everybody tends to camp in. And you also have a nice little line of sight up to the top balcony in case somebody tries to jump up there. So overall, that's just your best bet. Now, if you've already captured A and you're trying to defend it, or if you're at this hard point and trying to defend it, then most people are going to be coming through this main archway. So some ways you can defend it are just hopping up right here. You have this granite pillar to protect you. There's no way enemies are going to be able to shoot through that. So you're going to force them to have to get a headshot, which is pretty difficult to do. So just sit right here. It's really, really good. You can do it back on this railing back here as well if you want. And that just gives you a lot of great cover to protect that middle archway. Now, if they are coming around the sides, if you see them on the UAV or the orbital VSAT or anything like that, what you can do is you can sit here and wait for them. And if you know they're coming, you can look through here, and when they come around the corner, pop up and shoot them. And they're not going to be expecting it. You can do it on both sides. So that's just a good way to hold down this hard point or the domination flag, or whatever you're trying to do. So that's for ADOM. Now, moving on to the front of this kind of area, there's a couple jump spots that are pretty obvious. One is right here to jump up into the library. The other one, you just run up here and you can jump up onto the balcony. And then you can also jump into the restaurant over here on the right side by going through this window. Now, there's a couple spots in this restaurant that are pretty good. Number one of which is to counter that bathroom spot that, again, a lot of people use. So if there's someone up there and he's taking you out and you spawn back here near A, come around into the restaurant, come by this plant, jump onto the table and back up, and boom, you've got yourself a perfect little line of sight there. You can pop up and down to take cover, and most people won't expect you to be there. Now, you can also hop up on top of this chair right here and see over towards the right side of the map, which is pretty useful for enemies who may be flanking over there. And then finally, if you know somebody's going to be coming through the left side over here underground, then what you can do is hop up on this table, and boom, you can cover that doorway. So that's pretty good as well. Now, there's one last little spot that I want to show you guys to cover people from flanking on the right side, and that's right here. You can actually jump up on top of this, which is pretty cool, and you can kind of see over there, not too much, but you can hop up again if you want to, and it's kind of a shortcut. If you want to get up top really quick, hop up top, rather than running all the way around and doing that. So it's a little shortcut, and overall, it's kind of a cool little spot if you want to cover people who may be coming over this hill. So that's that. Now, moving on up into the bathroom, I'll show you guys the bathroom head glitch spot that I was talking about. This is what everybody uses. I'm sure you guys have seen it. So just look out for people who are doing this. Now, if we move over into the top part of B-Dom, this pole right here is actually surprisingly useful. So I find myself up in this area a lot because I'm covering B-Dom and stuff like that. And if I run out of ammo or I'm on a kill streak and I know enemies are around here and I want to kind of, lay low for a second, what I'll do is I'll run up here, get behind this pole, and just sit here and watch. Because you can watch this doorway, and if anybody comes up behind you, they aren't going to check around this pole, and it's just wide enough that it's going to cover your entire body. So they're going to come up here, they're going to run by you, they're not going to see you, and you're just going to be sitting here, you're going to be able to take them out. So if you have to reload, if you have to kind of recoup your emotions and, kind of settle down from all the action, then this is actually a pretty cool and unique pillar that you can use to kind of vanish from the enemies. So make sure you put that to use. Now, moving down underneath where we just were, there is one spot that I like to use for hardpoint, and that's right here on this chair. The hardpoint is right here in this room. It's a very, very popular one. There's a lot of fighting that goes down in this one, and all you have to do is just hop up right here, and you can kill enemies as they run from this side of the map. You can't really shoot through this thing, so you're pretty much invincible right here. It's going to be really tough for enemies to take you out, and you're just going to have yourself a heyday. Alright guys, I had to clear my throat there. I'm feeling a little bit sick, but let's move on with the video. For capturing B-Dom, there's really no trick to it. Just basically what everybody does. Sit right here if the enemies are spawning at A. Sit right here if the enemies are spawning at C. And try not to get naded. It's pretty tough to capture B on this map, so just look out for that. Now up here, if you guys saw the Woody's Gamertag video, there is a hardpoint secret capture spot. The hardpoint that's down underneath by the bus, you can capture it by just leaning up against this wall and crouching right here. and the enemies won't know what's going on. Now, talking about the bus, there are a couple of things with the bus. So first of all, if you guys don't know, you can actually get up into the bus. It's a pretty decent spot. You can see out both sides and take out enemies. One thing I didn't know you could do is you can actually hop up in the front of the bus, so it's very, very easy if you don't want to run around and go through the stairs. And then also, in case you would ever need it, in case a weird situation arises, you can jump into the back stairs part of the bus. If there's a claymore here, you know, somebody's camping. I don't know what would cause you to have to do that, but just know that it is possible. Now, if somebody's camping up in the bus and you're trapped back in your spawn, one thing you can do to counter it is instead of running up to this thing like a lot of people try to do, which still leaves you pretty exposed to the enemy, what you can do is come around the right side of this truck and you can look straight through here, and this gives you a perfect line of sight to that first window right there, so you can take them out. And it also gives you a perfect line of sight to that search and destroy bomb. So if you go up to this bomb and you plant the bomb on this side of it and then you run back here, you're going to be able to watch enemies, and there's no way they're going to see you here, so you can kill them as soon as they start to defuse. So that's just a little search and destroy tip for you guys. Now, moving on, coming around the right side of the map over here, there's a couple of things over here by CDOM. There's a couple of just kind of generic jump spots up into the second story of these buildings. Number one is right here, pretty obvious, right? You can also hop up on top of this couch and jump and look out onto the main street if you didn't know that. But the second kind of obvious jump spot is over here by the parking garage. You can hop up to the second story of the parking garage by just going on this thing. Now, as for sea domination, there's really no trick to capping it. One thing I would recommend is blowing up the ambulance, obviously, but it's probably going to be blown up by the time you want to capture it anyway. And your best bet is to just get up next to the ambulance, because then people who are coming from the middle won't be able to take you out, and it's going to help you with dealing with nades, because they're going to roll down this incline and hopefully will not kill you if you're up against the ambulance. Now, clear my throat there again, guys. I was getting a little raspy. But anyway, the last spot I've got for you guys is a very, very good counter spot to one of the most used head glitches on this map. And it's something I found myself that I don't see many people doing, so I'm super proud of it. But anyway, if the enemy team is spawning over here by C, a lot of times they'll come up to this head glitch right here and try to kill people as they come through the middle of the map and kind of start pushing spawn. And it's very, very annoying. You know, everybody uses this spot all the time. It's actually pretty good. But there's really not too many counters to it unless you kind of throw a nade over there and hope you get lucky. But anyway, what you want to do is if somebody's in that very popular head glitch spot, rather than doing what most people do, which is come up here and try to fight them one-on-one like this where they're a little bit more exposed, what you can do is just come up from B-Dom, and if you look through this little triangle right here, boom, look at that right there. You can see the very tips of their heads and take them out. And if you look from their perspective, they can't see you there. The triangle is so small, that little hole that you're looking through is so small, there's no way they're going to see through that. And you're going to be able to take them out. They aren't going to see that coming. So make sure you use that to take out those campers on that really popular head glitch spot right in the spawn. It's very, very useful. And they aren't going to know what hit them. As well as you can kind of look into the spawn from here and kind of see what's going on. So that can be pretty useful. But anyway, guys, there you have it. Those are the jumps and spots that I have for Aftermath. I know there's not too many, but the ones that I did show you are very, very useful. And I hope you guys can put them to work. So I've got a bunch of great videos coming soon, a bunch more jumps and spots videos, a ton of stuff to show you guys, and thank you guys so much for watching. So I'll catch you all later. Peace out.